That's a good team, and I know the score doesn't indicate that, but I mean, we talked about Chris De La Rosa for days, and how good he is, and what a good coach Randy is. So that's a good team. We had a little bit of a chip on our shoulder today. There's no doubt about that. These guys did a great job.
John, 8 of 10 from inside the arc today, 9 of 14 overall. Do you feel like you're becoming a little more comfortable taking the ball to the lane? Especially today, you guys seem to push the ball a lot whenever you have the chance.
I think it's just, what we've been working on in practice, just not relying so much on threes and finding other ways to score against the zone and against different defenses. So I think that's a result of the coaches and just maybe making more of an emphasis on not settling so much on threes after you take a couple in a row to try and score in other ways, like get the ball inside and do other things.
John, you've really stepped up your game down the stretch run. Do you think it's all kind of coming together for you, and do you think that you're feeling any, the sense that this is your senior year, this is your last chance for the NCAA tournament, and really stepping up because of that? Do you think that's playing into your stepping your game up?
I don't really think that far ahead. I'm really just trying to get better every day, and as a team, I think we're doing a good job of that, of trying to just every day work on something and just get better, and that's what we have to do if we want to actually reach our ultimate goal. Is just take it one day at a time, and whatever we want to, it'll all come together if we just don't look too far down the road and just take it one day at a time.
Darryl, how much did that first loss and the way that happened sort of prepare you guys to come out and attack early?
Yeah, it's definitely in the back of your head. I mean, it was next game on the schedule, and that's how we always look at everything. Just taking it day by day, like John said. But I mean, as a competitor, you're always thinking about everything, and it hurt. They outplayed us last 5 minutes of that game, so we definitely want to come out with a chip on our shoulder, like Coach said, just play the way we know we can play.
Coach Chambers, I noticed that once you started to build that lead, you kept the pressure on, your foot on the throat, as we spoke about before, and I remember I didn't know what type of situation you had going in with this game with these guys, but it seemed like you just really wanted to send a strong message in tonight's game.
I don't, it's not about messages or anything like that. It's about, I think we could be really good. I still believe that, and I still think we have a lot more to go, and we have a lot more players to give us something on the floor, and we're headed in the right direction. I just said to these guys, we're headed in the right direction. We haven't put 40 minutes together yet, but we're getting there. We're getting there, and sometimes you fall into that human nature sets in. Start looking at the scoreboard, you're up 30, and you start doing things that are not characteristic of PU basketball and what we're all about. And I was just making sure, we have a young team and only one team. So we're just trying to make sure that we didn't fall into that trap. Because I've seen this team down 30, I've seen this team down 25, I've seen this team down 20, and then come back, cut it, or win the game. I mean, that's what they did versus Maine.
How much does it mean to finish out at least the conference home games with a perfect record after losing at least one over the past 3 years?
It's nice.
I didn't even tell them about that stat. Do you know the stat? Was it 1998? It's the first time since 1998 we went undefeated at home.
I think that's nice. I mean, I don't really take too much into that. I guess it's comfortable at home. But I'm happy. It says something about our team, I guess, that we're doing something good, something right. So.
Well, it's a benefit to have that sixth player out there.
Yeah,
fans.
Yeah, definitely. The fan support is something, especially at this school, that we sometimes struggle with. But it's just nice to have fans there. So.
John, what would you say about the season Darryl's had? It seems like he's really put it together his first year after sitting out a year as a transfer. And just how big is he to the team? But how have you seen him progress during the year?
Oh, he's great. I mean, I imagine it must be rough sitting out a year. So to come in and you've seen it like during the year, he's just gotten better and better and better. And now you see him, he's playing at a high level right now. So we're gonna need him and everybody down the stretch. So it's great to see.
Carol, how has the season gone for you, and how does it feel to really be contributing a part of the team every single day and playing major minutes for a contender down the stretch after your first 2 years playing time being really sporadic at LaSalle and then having to sit out a year as a transfer?
I mean, I really don't understand what you're asking.
So I was just, for your insight on the year, you're playing major minutes, playing really well for a team, competing for a league title. It must be completely different from your previous experiences playing college basketball, as you had sporadic playing time at LaSalle, and you had to sit out a year and not play at all as a transfer. Just what's the year been like for you?
Oh, it's great. That's why you transferred. Like LaSalle was playing time was up and down, of course, and like being in A10, it's a tough conference. We weren't competing to really much to go to the tournament every year. So it's things like that. But this program, just trying to get better day by day. That's the thing we focus on, and that's just how the season is. From the first day I stepped in here, it was just continuing to tap at the stone to get better day by day. So it's great. That's the grind of college basketball. Players look forward to that. Coaches, everybody does.
Would you say this is the most fun you've had playing college ball in your career?
No, definitely, no question. Love the coaching staff. This is one big family. Love the coaching staff. Love the every player, managers, like just Boston. Just it's great.
One more question for the players.
Good job, guys. We'll see you. Enjoy your day off.
Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
How big of a part of the game plan was to go with them early after getting away from that towards the end of the game when UMBC went on the 11-0 stretch in that first game?
It was important for these guys to get better today. That was the goal, and to prove to each other they can play hard for more than 30 minutes, more than 28 minutes. And for us to be the best team we can be by the end of the year, and I know it's like a broken record, we still have a lot of work to do. I mean, this is nice, don't get me wrong, but we still have a lot of work to do and a lot of growing to do because we have a young team. And got sloppy at the end there. That's not what we're about. It's not our characteristics. It's not BU basketball. So, like you said, I mean, I stayed on until the one went off, and hopefully they learn from that and understand what you're trying to teach them. Because I'm teaching, the coaching. It's not about coaching them. Now you're trying to teach them about being a winner, and that's what we were doing.
Sorry. No, you have to step it.
Oh, Coach. Any thoughts on the play of Pat Hazel with 12 boards, and the 7 of those coming on the offensive end? Just any general thoughts on?
No, I thought again, Pat's given us great minutes, and we wanted to get the ball inside against their zone. We thought they were going to play zone against us, and he's got to get touches, and then. The one thing about a zone is we play zone too. It's hard to rebound out of it. You really got to get your area and find bodies and box out, or whatever you call it. And he did a great job. I mean, he had some momentum type plays, some putbacks, some good finishes. It's nice to see him playing with confidence, and he's got to keep that going. He's got to keep it going. He's got to keep getting better every single day. But I'm really pleased with his effort.
Coach Paul Pinell, WCTV Sports 101. Why don't you talk about the play of Matt Griffin? You brought Matt up to Wilmington to do the clinic, and you said he could be the key to your, one of your keys to your team this year. Let's talk about his play this year.
I tell you what, he's been real steady, as these guys know. He's the last few games he's been a great leader, and he's been our rock. When things go bad, when we're getting a little loosey-goosey out there, you can always count on him to calm us down, make a big defensive play, get a rebound, make a big shot. He's really an important piece to this puzzle for us, and his leadership has really shown through these last 5 or 6 games.
Was it a point of emphasis to try to run and get out in transition a little more today?
You know what? It always is. I think to be most successful for us is we got to get out and run. And if we need, DJ's so fast, to not utilize his speed I'd be doing him a disservice. And it's better for John and Daryl too. I mean, Daryl got a lot of easy shots. He got a lot of layups. And that's what it's about, trying to get those guys easier shots. And when we're in the half court, which I'm really happy with our half court execution lately, we're able to execute. So it's good that we can do a little bit of both when we need to. So I like where our offense is headed. I'm more, I'm all about defending and rebounding, but I'm pleased with the execution right now of our offense as well.
So seeing that you have such a young team, and you've obviously suffered such a significant injury to a main player, do you find that they're starting to gel a little bit better right now at a good point in the season to where they can finish strong?
Yeah, for us, we're healthy. Travis is back. He's got the Rip Hamilton mask now. Looks nice on him. Mike Terry's giving us some really good minutes. So, we're finally healthy. And I think everybody really understands their role. And Jeff Plage gave us, let's talk about Jeff Plage. He gave us great minutes. He brought some energy into the game. He did some really good things. Made some free throws. Made a big-time layup. I mean, he's back. You can see it in his eyes. He's got a little bounce. He went to try to dunk that. Maybe a month ago, he tries to lay that in. So everybody's contributing in some way. It's a good question.
Coach, it seems like, since he set foot on campus 2 years ago as a transfer, that it's really been a lot of growth from Daryl. I think that'd be safe to say.
Yeah.
You were on him this summer a lot about his effort. I saw
You were there.
I was
You were
there
there.
for that. It seems like he's really grown a lot as a teammate, as a leader, and as a player on the court. What would you just say about him over the 2 years?
No, he's definitely matured. And his game has developed, too. He was more of a scorer, and he was really streaky. There's some days you'd get 30, like at Cornell. Was it Cornell? Yeah. And then some days you get 2. And now you're starting to see a little bit more consistency where he can give you anywhere from 14 to 20, what do you have to do, 23? That's great. But he's taking pride in other things. He's trying to rebound the ball. He's trying to get more deflections. He's trying to defend. Now, that wasn't as important to him when he first got here. So on and off the floor, you're seeing a guy who's starting to really mature into a man. And he's really bought in. And he wants to be in. And he's trying to be a leader now, too, which during the summer, he wanted no parts of that role. And now he does. So now we got 12 guys who are in. And that's hard. That is hard to do at this time, especially the guys who aren't getting a lot of minutes. So it's great to see his growth. It really is.
Coach Monroe said that Daryl and John are the best 1-2 punch in the league. For a coach like you, how does it feel to have that in your pocket? I guess 2 players can light it up any given night.
I tell you what, it's great, and that's a nice compliment by Coach Monroe. There's some really good duos out there, though. There's some really good teams in this league. There's some really good players in this league. And I think the good thing about John and Daryl right now, they're mixing it up. Not just, jacking on a ton of threes, but they're getting inside. I mean, for us to have 40 paint points is pretty impressive. That's just not our bigs. That's John and Daryl as well. So, no, there's no doubt. It's good to have. But we got to be prepared, as you guys know, for those days we're not making shots. So where's it going to come from? There's a guy that we really need to start really getting it is Don Morris. And you said that since day one. He's really got to step up. We're going to need him down the stretch. Thanks, guys.